Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the SU-8, it's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and this one is under the command of Angelina75, and yes, it's her first response to Talon's first completed victory in the contest. Yes, he's got a first class, a bruiser, and a Confederate. Game on. Well, it's a 152mm howitzer on this one, capable of doing 550 alpha and penetrating 38mm of armour. With a standard reload of 19.65 seconds, Angelina's got it down to 16.1. And basically everybody's treating the SU-8 as the replacement for the M44, and that's actually reflected in the fact that it's actually quite difficult now to get a ace tanker in this vehicle, simply because so many people are playing it. The standards actually got quite high. Used to be that it was difficult to get an ace in the M44 because so many people played that one, but now you can get an ace in the M44 fairly easily. I think she left that one a little too late. Yep. You have to fire before they move up onto the ridgeline, just a fraction of a second or so, and then you might get the hit. But she did get some stun, and she's loaded again. Okay, enemy tank. Oh, just zipped past him and actually hit the ground just a little further away. That VK2801 was actually living life quite dangerously by sitting in that bush. It's a very well-known position. And in fact, actually, he's gone back up into it and he's still spotted. He doesn't realise. Angelina's dialing in, but I think she's trying to get it right. If she can get the red line to end at the end of the vehicle, he's going to be toast. She's lining it up for a leading shot. Fires in. Again, I think that one was a little bit too late. She is firing over the entire width of the battlefield. Well, it's not the entire width, because obviously she can't get to the far east side of the map. Well, that 2801-105 has actually pulled back quite a long way. And now she's having to deal with this AMX 1375. He's made a terrible error there by stopping a little light tank like that. Yeah, that's going to happen to you if you stop. You have to keep moving in a light tank if you're out in the open. If you don't keep moving, you are toast. Literally. Yeah, there you go. He's gone. Big mistake. You only stand still in a light tank when you're not spotted. Angelina lobbed one in, trying to get the budgie. Now the enemy Arty's been spotted at the other end of the map, and it's an FB304. Yep, they've only got one Arty. He's trying to evade now. He obviously realises he's in a lot of trouble. And Angelina was, well, she's tracking him by the damage he's doing as he knocks things down, but she's lost sight of him for the moment. So instead she's going for the T29. Unfortunately, the shell landed behind him. So she's changing position again. 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of this Arty. Based on the T28, it's actually a medium tank hull with an Arty on top. It's a big Arty as well, quite a heavy one. But the T28 was actually quite a fast little tank, so this one's capable of doing 48 kilometers an hour. Now she can see that, or she saw where the Progetto was. She's going to chance it and fire one in anyway, just in case he's still there. Occasionally that does work, and you'll find that all of a sudden there's a big nothing. There's no explosion when she fires the shell in, and that's because the enemy tank was hit. Now this is one of the things I do enjoy, is actually lobbing shells right away over the other side of the battlefield and trying to hit the enemy tanks that go behind that windmill. You see, they think that they're safe there, but they're not. And if you can get the shell to go behind the windmill, then they get very badly damaged. Angelina's decided the best way to actually get the shell behind that windmill is actually to move further forward. Angelina's not afraid to use the W key. In fact, she's decided she's going to go all the way over to the bush over here, because not only can she fire at that Progetto who's sitting in the center, get a better angle on the budgie. In fact, I think the budgie's about to die. Oh, and the Progetto died before Angelina could get a shot in, and the enemy budgie has gone down, as well as their T21 a bit further away. So it does look like the enemy team are falling apart. There's only 5 of them left. 4 of them are tank destroyers. There's the only Arty in the game on the enemy team. Rounds out. He backs up. And he takes a direct hit. And he's wiped out. Yes, Angelina got that one perfect. In fact, I think the player in the Burt actually pulled back, because I think he was reacting to the warning that the shell was inbound. And there we've got the Jagd Panther doing exactly the same. They get an alert saying there's a shell coming in, and instead of driving forward, they drive backwards. And technically speaking, you should drive forward, because you're faster to accelerate in a forward direction than you are in a reverse. And so if you reverse, you're more likely to become a cropper. Unfortunately, that Super Hellcat had learned that lesson, because he moved forward to get out of danger rather than backward. In fact, he's going to go down into the dip because he was taking fire from our tanks who are in the neighborhood now. Rounds out. Oh! Well, Angelina's quite correct to fire in that direction, but that is the end of the game. It's all over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tanker for Angelina75 in the SU-8. She managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 7 in that one. And she got a win rate of 1,000. But it wasn't a spectacular game for Angelina, mainly down to the fact that a lot of the enemy tanks were moving out of the way before she could get the shots onto them. And they were very active. Let's have a look at the team scores and see where she was. Well, she was way down the table on damage. The high scorer was the Peregrine, who got 2,177 hit points of damage. Second highest was the SU-130PM on our team, 1,810. And the third highest was the T28 HTC, 1,793, and he picked up a steel wall in that one because he blocked the most damage. Angelina only got 693 out of that game. When it came to kills, well, the high scorer again was the Peregrine. 4 kills to him, 2 kills to the SU-130PM, T28 HTC, and the T2580, and everyone else had just 1 kill or nothing, and Angelina had 1 kill in that game, but only 4 members of the enemy team actually managed to get a kill at all in that game. It just goes to show that they were a bit overmatched, but they did do the right thing to avoid damage. When it came to base XP, Angelina's a little closer to the top scorer. The Peregrine again, yes, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. He got 977, 906 went to the T28 HTC, 801 to the M6, who actually had 3 marks of excellence on his barrel. Yeah, one of those. And 648 went to Angelina75. Let's have a look at detail. 13 shots fired, 3 direct hits, 1 penetration. So her fire rate was okay. She was pumping those shells out, just wasn't getting as many direct hits as she would normally do, or penetrations for that matter. I suspect the one she penetrated was the FV304 right at the end of the... Yes, it was. Yeah, it went straight through him. Yeah, doesn't have much armor, but she also got 4 splashes, damage of 693, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 4 of the enemy, killed 1, 1,083 hit points of stun assist off 4 stuns. On a free-to-play account, she earned 21,713 credits for the game, and after ammunition resupply took away 11,183 credits profit. 648 base XP times 2 for the first victory, 1,296 experience points altogether. So what do these results tell us? Well, Angelina wasn't having much luck hitting the enemy, mainly because they were moving about very actively. As I said, they were avoiding the shells. Sometimes they did the wrong thing and they backed up, and that's what the FV304 did. And of course, he backed up right into a shell, which penetrated him. But occasionally they did the right thing and they drove forwards, and unfortunately Angelina wasn't able to get the shot on target, and as a result she didn't get that much in the way of damage. That's not normal for Angelina. She normally gets a lot of damage in games like this, so a bit surprising. It's only a second class tanker, but that doesn't Talon's score. He set the lead with a first class, a bruiser, and a Confederate, and I'm afraid that means that Angelina hasn't beaten it yet, but she might do it. She's still got a couple of days. In fact, actually, not a couple of days. She's got a day, because this replay is going to go out today, and tomorrow morning is the deadline. So if she doesn't get it by tomorrow morning, yep, Talon gets the lion. Now, speaking of Talon, he sent in another replay, so let's have a look at that one. And Talon is in the Hummel, and he's on the northeast corner of Westfield. As usual, he's got the stock gun, which, as we know, is the better of the two options. The top gun is a 15cm that can fire over the entire width of the battlefield, but the stock gun, as you can see here, is the same that's on the Gorilla, and it's got a much better trajectory, faster reload, slightly less damage, slightly less range, but it's much more accurate than the top gun, mainly because the top gun's got a very fast speed to it, so it actually does fire very quickly, but it has a lower trajectory as a result, and that means it's not as accurate. Okay, well, he's following that ARL-44 very precisely at the moment, and he's marked it as target. He's waiting for the moment it stays still, and it does. And he lands the shell directly behind him. I think he expected the guy to go backwards, but he didn't. Now, somebody just fired behind us, and it's an SU-8. So he's got the 152mm. As I said, this is the 15cm, same on the Gorilla, 480 Alpha, and penetrates 38mm of armor. Well, the ARL-44 just got wiped out by our SU-8, rounds out in the OI, and he hits the box tank that's alongside him. How did that happen? RNG said no to you're not hitting the OI, but you're definitely hitting the SU-100Y. I had that happen to me once. I fired a Hetzer, and I hit a tank that was right alongside it. I couldn't even see. And it wouldn't have been that bad, but the enemy tank that was alongside him was very low on hit points, and he died. So, you know, I was aiming for a Hetzer and got somebody else instead. Okay, that, I think, was the SU-8 just firing in. Talon's waiting for the reload, fires the round in, and gets a direct hit. In fact, actually, he hit the box tank again. Aiming at the OI, he got the box tank. Okay, the OI is backing up. He doesn't like the punishment he's under, but Talon's going to put another one into him. And he gets another direct hit for 208. You notice how he uses the W key, gets closer to the target to make sure that he can get those shots, and he has to, because most of the enemy tanks on this side of the battlefield have been wiped out. Okay, getting ready to hit the OI. Here he is. Let it settle. Lovely. Ready? Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit. And he got some stun assists because the SU-8 hit him at the same time, or nearabouts. And the OI's gone, and he managed to get the damage assist there because he took out the tracks. Okay, there is an enemy Cromwell, and he's fairly close. In fact, he's getting very close to Talon. Almost like he's coming straight for the Arty. And our teammates, well, they haven't responded. Talon's trying to get a shot on target. Wait for it now. Direct hit for 195. Unfortunately, our teammate in the SU-8's going to get... Yeah, he's taken a hit, and the Cromwell takes him out. He's after a Pascucci's medal, and he's now heading for us. But Talon's badly damaged him, and now he's engaged with that Cromwell B. Talon can finish him off. Well, he doesn't need to fire because Cromwell B got him instead. So there's only 4 left on the enemy team, 2 RT on the enemy team, a Hummel and an M44, and they're way over the other side of the battlefield. The other tanks are, well, were a VK2801, he just died, and now the enemy's only got a Cromwell B and the M44 left. So I think this is going to be a very, very brief battle. I don't know why people are surprised that Arty players do use their W key, but a lot of the What Arty Noobs players do, mainly because they know that it's so beneficial. And the game is over because it's a victory. Here's the end of battle results. That was a third-class tanker for talon1958 in the Hummel. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, that's what he got exactly. And his win rate from that game, 1,476, which is good, but not great. Unfortunately, not Talon usual standard. He normally gets up a lot higher than that. Let's have a look at team score. Well, in actual fact, he did very well in that battle. The high scorer was the Striv M4257, who got 2,153 hit points. Didn't get the high caliber, though, because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage in the game went to that OI. Yes, he was blasting away with his big cannon in between getting hit by the SU-8 and Talon. He got 1,440. And in third place, Talon managed to get 1,085. And most of those hit points either came from the box tank on the enemy team or the OI. So very well done on both of those. So third place on damage. When it came to kills, though, he was way down the table because he didn't get any kills at all in that game. The high score was the T-3485M on his team, got 3 kills, and then 2 kills were earned by the Striv M4257, the Baguette Panther, I should say. He got a patrol duty and 2 kills. The P-43 Biz, the Crusader, and the Cromwell B, and only 1 player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the OI, and only 3 members of their team actually managed to get a kill at all, including that Cromwell, who almost, well, he was going for Talon after taking out the SU-8. I'm sure he was on a mission to get a Pascucci's medal. Anyway, Talon didn't get any kills, but when it came to base XP, he's a little further up the table. Top scorer being the Baguette, who managed to get the patrol duty in 1,135 base. 798 went to the Striv M4257, and the T-3485M got 710, with Talon getting 585. The T-52, he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. So let's have a look at detail. Talon only got the time to fire 7 rounds, so it wasn't really a complete battle, and probably that's why Talon's scores don't reflect what he would normally get in a full battle. You'd normally get about between 11 and 13 shots out. Most of those would be on target, either direct hits or splashes, and he only got 5 direct hits and only 8 splashes. Most of the direct hits are either on the SU-100Y or the OI. 1,085 hit points of damage, of which 890 were at more than 300 meters, so there was some close range shots. One of that was on the Cromwell that came to try and kill him and the SU-8. He got damage 5 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he did get 132 hit points of damage assist. That was on the OI, and 512 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. He earned 34,544 credits on a premium count, got 90,000 for mission completion, 124,544 altogether, and after ammunition resupply took away 121,009 credits profit. He picked up 877 XP for the game, times 2 for the first victory, took away 1,755 experience points altogether, so that doesn't move the scores at all. He's still in the lead, still got a first-class bruiser and a Confederate, and that's what Angelina has to beat. So we'll have to wait and see, and if another replay comes in very, very late and the lead changes or not, but I think Talon is fairly safe at getting his weekend line tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.